Okay, this is Henry. Today we'll look at the importance of the following: mean, median, the standard deviation. We call it the SDE. And we'll talk about the variance. Okay. For the mean, we'll have a target, probably 10 marks. And then we'll have students, and you mark them out of 10. For the median, the marks obtained probably 2 out of 10, 4 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 8 out of 10, and 0. You have to arrange them. Already they are arranged in a numerical order, and then we get the midmost. For the standard deviation, it will tell us how far away these marks are from the average, from the mean. And then the variance is actually the square of the standard deviation. So let's begin. Suppose in an exam, the following marks were obtained. In an exam, out of 10, the pupils scored 2, others scored 5, 9, 1, the other one scored 8. These are the marks. And so, for the mean, we have no issues. The symbol for the mean, we'll say I'll add up all of these and divide by how many they are. Okay, we'll have our 25. We'll divide by how many they are, the number. Therefore, the mean mark becomes 5. Okay? Now, what is this telling us? When we have this mark, we can therefore say the standard deviation or the variance. First of all, the variance, so that we square, is equal to the sigma or the summation of the marks given. Each of the marks, take away the mean, and then you square, divided by the total number. So in this case, we want the sum of each of these 10 marks. 2 take away 5. 5 take away 5. 9 take away 5. 1 take away 5. 8 take away 5. Each of these. And then we want the summation or the sigma. And so we'll have 2. Take away the mark. Remember, we are taught to square. We have 5. Take away 5. We are taught to square. We have 9. Take away 5. We are taught to square. 1 take away 5. We are taught to square. Each of those, we want the sum now. Okay, we'll have 8. Take away 5. We are taught to square. And then, you know that 2 take away 5 is a negative 3. And then when we square, we get our 9. This is our new. There were 5, we take away 5 square, it will still be nothing. 9 take away 5 is 4 squared, we get our 16. 1 take away 5, a negative 4 square. Remember here, there will be a negative of a negative. 8 take away 5 is 3. Square, we'll have our 9. Now the summation, the sum of the mark take away mean square, their summation, is giving us how much? 50. 5 and 0. So 50, we are not yet done. The sum of this, divide by how many they are. How many are they? How many are the marks? Remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So say following the what? Going by the formula, we have now the summation of every mark by the mean, take away mean square, divide by their number. This will give us the variance. And so we have the sum as 50. We will divide by how many of these, the numbers are how many? 5. Huh? Therefore, our variance is 10 of the marks. Now, standard deviation or symbol that sigma will say the square root of the variance, which will give us 3.16 marks. So now let's interpret this. We've gotten the average, which is 5. We've gotten the variance, which is 10. We've gotten the square root of the variance, which is 3.6. Now remember, when we are working on the table, the Z table that shows us probability, the measure of the mean is on the 0 mark. So how far we are from the mean is actually the standard deviation. Okay? So should we get a higher SD, probably 5, here, like we are here, remember 3.16, we are somewhere here, 3 after 3, there. So how far away are we from the mean? Slightly further away from the mean. And so it's telling us that the moment our SD is greater, it means it's further away from the mean. And going by the average here, we can show that the percentage is 5 out of the 10 by 100. We are talking of 50%. So our mean is telling us that from the total marks that were expected, we expected the pupils to get 50% chances of getting the total score. And then even here, as the SD is telling us, we are slightly further away from the mean. So this is how important the SD is, because the greater you are, or maybe the more closer or the nearer you are to the 0 mark, the better you are closer to your goal, which is our 10 marks. Looking at the marks obtained, 2 away from 10, 5, 9, 1, 8. On average, that is 50%. And so if you are a teacher, you can even redo the work, because 50% chances of understanding, the other 50% chances of not understanding. Let's now look at the other example. Suppose our students performed better. Let's paint the picture now. Let's paint another picture. Suppose the students now obtained out of 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. There were 5 of them. So the mean would be the addition of the marks there. Divide by how many they are. Okay, by how many? Divide by 5. The mean would be 50 divided by 50, divided by 5. That would be 10. That would be 10 marks. Now, the total score was 10 marks. And on average, we've gotten 10. How will the SD look like, or the standard deviation? So say, remember the formula, the SD will be the root of the summation of the marks. Each mark take away, each mark take away the mean. But this time, the mean is 10. And the marks are 10. So it will look like 10 take away 10 square. 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 Up to, there are 5 of them. All of these are giving us nil. The sum of the mark take away mean is giving us nil, nothing, 0 marks. And then how many are the, you see, look at the end. How many numbers or total scores for the people who wrote the exam? So we are saying SD, the summation is 0 divided by their number. Okay? Don't forget the square root there. The square root. And so it will equal to nothing. Now what is the SD telling us? How far are we away from the mean? If the SD is 0 mark, we are simply coming to the understanding now. How far are we away from the mean? Remember, SD hasn't moved, it's supposed to move away from the mean. Away from the mean, like that. So the mean was there, the SD was there. We never moved away from the average mark. And so it's showing us that if our mean is 10 out of the total score by 100%, we got actually 100% score. And so our SD is telling us that we didn't even move away from the mean. We were on the mark here. We never moved like the other scores that we had here of 3 point something. So when you are here, right on the mark, the 0 mark, then you've scored 100%. Should you move away from the score line, the 0th mark, probably plus or minus, meaning you're not doing fine. And then you convert that. You convert your mean to percentage, it will show you. We scored 100. And it's showing, it's never moved from the mark. This is our benchmark, the one that we set. Should we move away from the benchmark? We are not doing fine. Plus or minus. Okay? And then we talked about